From the 18th to the 20th centuries, global revolutions reshaped political, economic, and social landscapes. While some movements sought independence from colonial rule, others pursued societal transformation and modernization. These upheavals have left indelible marks on today's world, influencing nations and their histories profoundly. American Revolution. Taxation without representation led many colonists to feel unfairly treated by the British Crown. Enlightenment ideals of liberty, equality, and fraternity permeated American thought, and justified demands for independence. The British colonial policies, such as the Quartering Act, further intensified American dissatisfaction. The Boston Tea Party in 1773 was a protest against British taxation and led to the Intolerable Acts. 5 colonists were killed in the Boston Massacre in 1770, sparking outrage and further uniting the colonists. The First Continental Congress convened in 1774 to address colonial grievances against Britain. The battles of Lexington and Concord in 1775 were the first military engagements of the Revolution. The Battle of Bunker Hill in 1775 showed the colonists could stand up against British professional soldiers. Saratoga in 1777 is often considered the turning point of the war, leading to French support for the colonies. The Siege of Yorktown in 1781 resulted in a British surrender and effectively ended the war. George Washington's leadership skills were paramount in the colonial victory, and his presidency set many U.S. traditions. Benjamin Franklin played a crucial role in securing French support, and is also known for his many inventions. Thomas Jefferson drafted the Declaration of Independence, proclaiming colonial autonomy from Britain. The Declaration of Independence, signed in 1776, became a symbol of freedom worldwide. The Treaty of Paris in 1783 recognized American independence. The formation of the United States and the adoption of the Constitution created a new republic. French Revolution. France's financial crisis was exacerbated by spending on wars and the American Revolution. Enlightenment thought inspired many in France to question the absolute monarchy. The convening of the Estates General led to the establishment of the Revolutionary National Assembly. The storming of the Bastille in 1789 became a symbol of the Revolution's beginning. The Women's March on Versailles in 1789 forced the royal family back to Paris. King Louis XVI was executed in 1793, signaling the end of more than a millennium of continuous French monarchy. The Committee of Public Safety, led by Robespierre, oversaw the Reign of Terror. Maximilien Robespierre and the Jacobins championed radical revolutionary policies. The guillotine became a symbol of revolutionary justice, leading to thousands of executions. Napoleon Bonaparte rose to power through military prowess and political acumen. The Napoleonic Code codified civil laws and influenced legal systems worldwide. Napoleon's ambitious wars expanded French influence but also sowed the seeds of his downfall. After his defeat, Napoleon was exiled twice and died on St. Helena. The French Revolution led to the fall of the Bourbon monarchy. Napoleon's French Empire was vast but short-lived. The Restoration brought back the monarchy, but the revolutionary spirit persisted. Industrial Revolution. The Agricultural Revolution, with improved farming techniques, set the stage for the Industrial Revolution. Britain's mix of resources, labor, and capital made it the birthplace of industrialization. The steam engine, developed by James Watt, revolutionized transportation and industry. Eli Whitney's cotton gin greatly increased cotton production, impacting global trade. The mechanized loom streamlined textile production, making it a dominant industry. Railroads transformed transportation, making goods and people more mobile than ever. Urbanization led to significant growth of cities and new societal challenges. Traditional cottage industries declined as centralized factories rose. Industrialization brought about issues like child labor and poor factory conditions. A significant middle class emerged, distinct from the traditional aristocracy and peasantry. Economic theories like capitalism and socialism gained prominence. Global trade expanded, and with it, European imperial ambitions. Technological advancements from the Industrial Revolution continue to shape our world. Industrial processes led to significant environmental challenges. Labor movements and unions arose in response to workers' rights issues. Scientific revolutions. Nicholas Copernicus proposed a heliocentric model of the solar system. Johannes Kepler described the elliptical orbits of planets. Isaac Newton defined the laws of motion and universal gravitation. Charles Darwin's theory of evolution challenged traditional views of species origins. Gregor Mendel laid the foundation for modern genetics through his pea plant experiments. The discovery of germs shifted medical focus to sanitation and prevention. Advancements in surgery and anesthesia improved medical outcomes and patient comfort. Antoine Lavoisier established the law of conservation of mass and helped systematize chemical nomenclature. John Dalton's atomic theory provided the groundwork for modern chemistry. A shift occurred from religious explanations to empirical, scientific reasoning. Academic institutions and research proliferated, fostering knowledge. These discoveries laid the groundwork for numerous modern scientific fields. Latin American revolutions. European colonial oppression and exploitation fueled discontent in Latin America. Enlightenment ideals spread to Latin America, inspiring demands for independence. Economic exploitation by colonial powers led to significant wealth disparities. The American and French revolutions provided a blueprint for Latin American uprisings. The Haitian Revolution was a unique successful revolt leading to the formation of Haiti. The Cry of Dolores in 1810 marked the start of the Mexican War of Independence. Simón Bolívar played a pivotal role in liberating multiple South American countries. José de San Martin's campaigns freed Chile, Argentina, and Peru from Spanish rule. Miguel Hidalgo is celebrated for his early leadership in Mexico's fight for independence. Toussaint Louverture led the Haitian Revolution, successfully opposing both French and British forces. The Spanish Empire's hold on Latin America was largely dismantled by the early 19th century. Numerous independent republics emerged from former Spanish territories. Despite political changes, social and racial hierarchies persisted in many regions. Revolutions in Asia. The British opium trade imbalance with China led to conflict. The First and Second Opium Wars marked significant defeats for the Qing dynasty. The Treaty of Nanking opened several ports to foreign trade and ceded Hong Kong to Britain. The Treaty of Tianjin in 1858 further expanded foreign privileges in China. The self-strengthening movement in the late 19th century was China's effort to modernize and resist foreign domination. Hong Xiuquan's Taiping Rebellion, lasting from 1850 to 1864, was one of the deadliest conflicts in history. The Boxer Rebellion in 1900 was an anti-foreign uprising, further weakening the Qing dynasty. The threat of Western imperialism catalyzed Japan's Meiji Restoration. The fall of the Tokugawa shogunate ushered in Emperor Meiji's centralized rule. The Sino-Japanese War, 1894–1895, and Russo-Japanese War, 1904–1905, highlighted Japan's growing military prowess. Japan underwent rapid modernization and westernization during the Meiji era. The establishment of zaibatsu, or powerful business conglomerates, fueled Japan's industrial growth. By the 20th century, Japan emerged as a significant imperial power in Asia. Revolutions in Africa. British expansion in southern Africa met resistance from the Zulu nation. The Battle of Isandlwana and the Siege of Rorke's Drift marked significant encounters in the Anglo-Zulu War. The scramble for Africa in the late 19th century saw European powers divide the continent among themselves. King Shoka's military innovations and strategies centralized the Zulu Empire. The Modest War in Sudan was another instance of African resistance against colonial rule. The Battle of Adwa in 1896 saw a decisive Ethiopian victory over Italian forces. Emperor Menelik II's diplomacy and modernization efforts kept Ethiopia independent. Ethiopia, under Emperor Menelik II, remained one of the few uncolonized areas in Africa. The Berlin Conference of 1884-85 formalized European claims in Africa, disregarding indigenous sovereignty. Middle Eastern changes. The declining Ottoman Empire faced pressures from European powers, leading to the Tanzimat reforms. The Tanzimat era saw efforts to modernize, secularize, and reform Ottoman law. The Crimean War, 1853-1856, saw the Ottoman Empire, with European allies, defend against Russian expansion. Sultan Abdulmejid I's Edict of Gulan marked the beginning of major Tanzimat reforms. The Tanzimat included legal reforms like the abolition of tax farming, and the introduction of a new legal code. The legacy of the Tanzimat included partial westernization and set the stage for the Young Turk movement. The Young Turk Revolution of 1908 restored the Ottoman constitution and parliament. The decline of the Ottoman Empire culminated in its participation and eventual defeat in World War I.